here, guys. Hello.
Hey, how's it going? We're
More
here
stuff.
to talk about
More stuff.
the potential or potentiality
We heard from the developers themselves at the Tokyo Game Show stream this morning.
that this game might be cross-gen. And we're here to tell you why that's not good news.
Yeah.
For the most part.
For the most part.
There
yeah.
are good things about it, which we'll talk about, but
Yeah. They
tell them why it's bad.
Well, the reason why, I mean, as far as why it would be, bad, I think a lot of times the one thing that they kept mentioning in the event today was that they wanted to really showcase the power of, the next gen and to show the draw distance within the village and everything else like that. And the thing is that, that could be always affected when you are putting it on these older consoles. Now, here's the thing. It's not like, I don't expect. I know everyone can't afford these new machines, right? And it's not, or even get their hands on it. So why
Which is one of
should
the
they
positives.
be right? So why should they be like forced to get it or whatever the case may be? I get that. That's fine. But I think if you're trying to show us the next generation of Resident Evil, the best way to showcase that is on the new consoles. And sometimes you get dumbed down versions on those consoles that just don't really work well, or there's a lot of issues that the player might have that might completely change their opinion of the game. And that's why I think it's pretty bad. I think it completely can change the perception of it. I think the best way these games should be presented from now on in the RE engine is on next gen, because these are all made for SSDs and faster hard drives and just more and better, more updated hardware, basically.
Yeah, and we
7-year-old or
sympathize.
8-year-old
Like, I don't
technology.
have a PS5. He managed to pre-order both consoles,
Right.
but I don't have a PS5 yet. And am I going to get one? Yeah. If it's cross-gen, does that suck? Yeah. Because you're not building a game for the new console that's coming out. So, it's got advantages and disadvantages. Advantages we'll go over first, right? It's going to look closer to Resident Evil 7. So it's going to feel like they're both part of the same universe instead of it being astronomically better.
It's going to run probably identical frame rate wise, resolution. They might downscale it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's definitely one of them. And also, guys, it's not confirmed that they're doing it.
They're not.
Also
Well, they said they're trying to do it.
and we're sorry, for no official announcement, but they said the developers, themselves. So that's interesting. Where it's imagine trying to take this big ass scale of a game and trying to bring it down to a scale, a step, a whole gen. I just can't imagine what that process is like and how tedious it might be.
It's very clear they built it for the next gen.
Yeah.
And they're trying to downscale it because they want to be inclusive, right? They probably saw how shitty the pre-orders went. I don't know why anybody expected any different.
Right.
But it's good because it's inclusive, right? So you get an entire fan base on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One that are already established player bases. I mean, the PS4 player base is astronomical in gaming. It's huge. I can't speak for the Xbox One. I know PlayStation has the most active players or whatever they whatever fucking made up metric they use. Whatever that means. But regardless, if it comes to the old consoles, yeah, they're going to get more traction in the beginning.
They're going to sell more too.
You can only sell so many copies to people who have consoles. It's not going to be like a Breath of the Wild situation. You'll probably never see that again where the game outsells the console. That actually happened because people wanted to get the game so bad.
Yeah.
They bought the game before they even had the console. You're never going to see that again. That's something that's maybe Nintendo with the Switch Pro and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, or what do they call it? Evil. Breath of Evil.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda Breath of Evil. That, well, I mean, I might be spoiling that for some people because it leaked. I don't know if anybody knows that yet, but that's apparently what the title is.
Yeah, it's just weird because, I just don't agree with it personally, just because I just think it should be represented in the best way possible. And I think that this might, cause a lot of issues for that. And they might not even do it.
And it might come out broken too. And they also might not even do it, which is important. I do want to say, I do think it's important that we clarify. We're not gatekeeping, right?
No.
I don't even have the console, and I'd rather wait to play it when I eventually get the console than to play it on my PS4, because the game should be as good as it can be when it comes out. We
4K
expect
60.
it. We expect Capcom to keep getting better, right? Now, if it does come out cross-gen and they do manage to make it work, You bet your ass we're not playing it on PS4.
No.
There's no way.
Hell no.
And, you know, a lot of people do make that argument like you made earlier, like, why should I have to buy these new consoles to play these new games?
Right.
You go ahead and put your PS2, 3, or 4 disc in a PlayStation 1 and tell me how fun the game was. It won't turn on.
Right.
It's nothing new. I'm sorry, but it's not something that's the argument. Like, that's like, unfortunately, sometimes you have to wait for things.
Sometimes you got to wait for the gen, and the gen might start off weird, and it might not be what you agree with, and you might not be able to get a console until
and sometimes
summer
waiting
of
might be
2021.
better. Waiting might be better because, like,
hardware issues happen. Stuff happens in these consoles.
Think about this, right?
You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Well, hardware too. I wasn't even thinking about that.
But it's
also,
to that point, you know,
taking time out of the development cycle to try to sweat over making it work on the old consoles is taking time away from development for the main game.
Yeah,
right?
That's a good point.
All the people who cried about Resident Evil 3 Remake sharing assets with Resistance when they were two separate teams, imagine now one team is trying to build two different games.
On two different
complete
you have an old ass hard drive
completely
from
different engines.
2013 and an SSD from 2020. There's going to be a significant
Oh,
difference.
it's going to be astronomically different.
Yeah,
you're going to shoot something in fucking Resident Evil Village on the PS4 or the Xbox One, and it's going to be like, what just happened?
Yeah, and
it's going to be like, and you saw the frame rates. You already saw the trailer frame rates where it was running so bad. That was on a PlayStation 4.
Right.
And the Xbox One X is better, but it's not that much better.
Right.
Like, it's not astronomically better than a PS4 Pro. I don't know why anybody would want to suffer through that on the current gen consoles.
Unless you're one of those people where it's like, you know what, I know I'm not going to get a PS5 until holiday 2021.
Like your dad.
I love Resident Evil so much. I want to play it. Like, if you fall, whatever you got to do to enjoy it. At the end, of the day.
And the PC crowd has nothing to worry about.
No, they're
just gonna get it anyway, and it's gonna be perfectly fine for their console.
Yeah,
for their PC, not console. I'm not a fan, and I'm curious to think what you guys think as well.
Let us know in the comments for sure. Like,
I do ask that you do take a step back and just don't reply with the recent salty wounds that we may have for the pre-orders. Because, like, I know we're going to probably get comments where people are like, well, I might as well just play it on the PlayStation 4 because I can't get a PS5.
Yeah.
Like, that's not what we're talking about. Don't even think about that, right?
Right, because that might not be the case if this game comes out first quarter of next year and there's plenty of PS5s.
And there's plenty of PS5s,
then
right?
that argument would be
Think about it like this. If you had both and it wasn't a problem, do you really want them to make this game for the PlayStation 4? Or do you want it on the new console?
Do you want a complete next generation experience?
And
or
what
do you
the fuck
wait?
happens if they release it on the PS4 and it's 60 on the PS4 and 70 on the PS5? Like, there's a lot of stupid bullshit that could happen. There's a lot of stupid bullshit. Yeah. I'm just saying, if it was up to us, I don't think cross-gen's a good idea, and I think they should take their focus away from trying to build it and make it for cross-gen and just put all their focus on the PS5. And they might have, like, one dude doing it. Like, it might not be like a whole team.
I'd imagine it would take a team to for the crunch time that they're probably in. I mean, you saw them in the offices with the masks and shit. They're working like they haven't stopped.
So I'm not saying it's like halting production to do it. They probably have one person. However, it gives me hope that they said they might not do it because if they focus, the priority is on making the game good. If they focus on building the original PS5 version and Xbox One or Xbox Series X version, whatever it's called. Rip all the people who bought the Xbox One X by accident.
Oh, the bots, actually. Sorry, the bots bought them by accident.
I'm sure they did.
Bots did.
Rip the bots.
Fuck
them bots anyway.
And they fucked everyone out of PlayStation.
Those Xboxes should have went to the actual gamers anyway.
And PS5s.
Yeah, and PlayStation 5s. Yeah, but I don't think any bots bought the PS4 by accident.
Oh, not the PS4.
That's Microsoft's naming scheme, dog. No. That's like, fuck them bots. I'm glad they bought them. I hope they don't refund them either.
They don't because they're all third party.
Yeah,
so they can't get refunded. Jerks on them.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck the bots, dude.
Yeah,
fuck them.
They ruin it for everyone.
Anyway, let us know what you think.
Let us know.
And if it does come out cross-gen, we won't be salty. It's not like a big deal.
Yeah, we're not gonna like.
Now, if we start seeing some performance issues on the 5.
That's when
the Xbox One or Xbox Series. I can't see. I would have bought the wrong one.
Series X.
The Xbox Series X we're going to have some problems.
Yeah. We're going to have to have
Then we're
going to have to
some
give you
problems.
guys a talking to.
Yeah, we're going to have some problems with Capcom because, like, they need to focus on polishing it on what's current. I almost said 7. Holy shit. The PS5 and the Xbox Series X, they're going to be the next 5 to 6 years. Focus on what's current. And for the love of God.
If not longer. You never know.
Or if not longer. And for the love of God. Put soundtracks in your video games. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Agreed.
A call back to
Agreed.
the video you guys might have saw on the channel a couple days ago. Yesterday. Put soundtracks in your videos.
Put them back.
Video games.
Well, let us know what you think down below.
Yeah, let us know. Do you want it to be cross-gen? Are you concerned about it being cross-gen like we are? And
which one are you going to be playing it on? Are you gonna
which
wait?
console are you going to play it on? We're going to be playing it on both, probably.
Are you on PC? You don't give a shit? You don't got to worry about this whole conversation?
Yeah, you're one of them elitists.
The elites.
Elitist,
Elites.
as Preach says. The elitist.
This video was brought to you by our supporters over on Patreon, where users like Joseph Paverman make it possible to keep on delivering awesome content. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that like button. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Whoa, 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 what's wrong with subscribing? Come on, don't leave me hanging. Hit that subscribe button for more Let's Talk Resident Evil content.